lot to swallow. I mean, the main thing to focus on right now is, you know, the next few days. Today's going to be fun. Tomorrow I'm off, but then on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the final 3 days, the big push, the big marathon, my actual birthday. Please, guys, if at all you can come hang out with me on stream, I'd appreciate it. And if anyone can actually contribute via tips to help out with taxes, I greatly appreciate it because it's the last chance for me to try to make a dent in this, okay? Fair enough? Okay. Parasoft saying, didn't you need money last year for taxes? Yeah, not the same taxes, dude. Money last year was because I had back state taxes because my last tax attorney completely screwed me over. This year I need federal taxes because I had to put all my money towards the state taxes, so I have no money for federal taxes. There you go. But, you know, if you paid attention, you would know exactly what's going on instead of asking these questions in the stream chat. Alrighty, so. Thank you, everyone, for being patient with that. Hopefully that was informative for you. Now let's move to the plugs segment, shall we? Thank you, everyone, for everything. And by the way, again, I'd like to say special thanks to the patrons in the month of March who pledged and supported me on Patreon.com. Actually, it's going to be tonight. I'm going to take some time to message all of you because it took, I think by now, all the patron pledges for March have processed. I need to double check that. I haven't yet. So tonight, at some point, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to look and send private messages to everyone who pledged to my Patreon in March to let you know exactly what you need to do to get your perks for the month, okay? And then once you send me that information, I'll send that off to my webmaster and have all that upgraded, etc. And we'll go from there, okay? So if you are a patron, a current patron, thank you for your help and support, and I will be messaging you hopefully tonight. If you're not a current patron, give it a look at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges earn you personal perks. In particular, one of the best perks is the ability to nominate and vote on games for special events. And guess what? A special event is now coming up. I'm about to announce a new subscriber goal for the month. All right? I'm going to do that today. So you'll know in just a moment what benefit you get for being a patron, okay? But there's other perks as well. I won't go into them. Just give them a look, patreon.com/darksidephil, and thanks to anyone who pledges, okay? Number 2, we've got a Teespring shop where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, great quality stuff. I can attest to it because I own a ton of it, and I've owned some of it now for over 2 years, and it hasn't faded, hasn't worn out. Great quality shirts. In fact, today I'm wearing one. I'm actually wearing one of the shirts. This is the graffiti design. This is one that has a whole bunch of mannerisms, memes, and sayings that I've said over the years in my 10 years as a content creator. All right. Just one of many available. By the way, multiple colors, multiple different layouts. They're not just like blue with white. You can get a bunch of different stuff. Go give it a look at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Anything that you buy helps me out, and you guys get a cool collectible out of it. All right. Thanks to anyone who does check that out and actually buy something. Fair enough? Great. Now, also, if you're here live on the stream and you would like live interaction during the stream, if you either cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, I will give you a verbal shout out. Keep in mind, this is Sekiro. It's a game that's very action and attention intensive, but I will do my absolute best to give you a shout out between the action, okay? As you can also see, we have a leaderboard with top cheerer and top tipper up there. So if you're the top cheerer or tipper of the day, I'm going to get you up there on the leaderboard for extra recognition, okay? In addition to that, we have a sub goal. This is the first time we've had a sub goal in 2 months. What is the sub goal? Ladies and gentlemen, if we hit 600 subscribers this month, which we can do, we're starting off at 540. So I'm very confident that not only with the continuation and conclusion of Sekiro, the marathon on Friday, new games like Mortal Kombat 11 and Days Gone later this month, I'm confident we can hit 600 subs this month, okay? If we hit 600 subs, I'm going to be doing a viewer's choice event. This is the first time I've ever done this. I've always done patron's choice. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm doing viewer's choice. How does viewer's choice work? Well, it's very simple. If we hit 600 subscribers at any time this month, I'm going to allow you, the viewers, to nominate and then vote publicly on games for a full playthrough coming up in the next couple of months. And more than likely, it would probably be either late May or June, and reason being, because we need time for people to nominate and vote on the games, okay? The way it works is everyone will be able to nominate and vote, not just patrons, okay? So how would this work? More than likely, people will be going to my forums to nominate games, all right? And then I'll have public polls via straw poll where people can vote. It's going to be very simple, all right? I'm just going to do all this work behind the scenes and set these things up for you guys to nominate and then vote. It's going to be fun. Now, I will say this. If you're a patron, if you actually are a patron of mine, I haven't forgotten you guys. In fact, patrons are going to have priority when it comes to nominating and voting on games. Because here's how it's going to work. There's going to be a public nominations thing where I'm sure I'm going to get probably a whole bunch of people coming in and nominating games. But for patrons, exclusively, you're going to have your own nominations thread on my forums. And those games that are nominated and ends up being, say, like the top 1-2 games nominated by patrons will automatically get into the final poll. So you may have at one side the public viewers who are nominating, and there's like, tons of nominations, and finally they narrow it down to like 1 or 2 to hit the final poll. Patrons, typically, whenever I do a patrons event, there's like maybe 15, 20 people who nominate anything, and those are also going to make it to the final poll. So you have a much increased chance to get the game you want to see me play actually be played if you're a patron, okay? So there is some incentive to become a patron, and still a benefit to being a patron, okay? That's right, it's kind of like a nomination privilege where the patrons get priority nomination ability, all right? So, this should be good. So, what we need to do, we need to hit 600 subs this month. If we do, this event will happen. I'll set it up, and as early as late April, because if let's say we hit it by the 3rd week of April, then I'll set all the stuff up to do. We need to hit 600 subs at any point during the month. If we hit it, boom, I'll set it up immediately, and we can start going on this, okay? So, it's going to be great. I mean, and it could be any kind of game. Think of all the games that people have nominated over the years. There's been action games, platformers, RPGs, visual novels. I mean, so much shit. I mean, people have been asking me to play games like Danganronpa 3 for the longest time, right? This is the opportunity for people to get those games into a poll and have a public vote on it and see what ends up winning, okay? I'm just trying to think. Knights of the Old Republic. That's a game people have asked for forever, right? There's great, ample opportunity to get in on these games, okay? So that's the goal for this month. The Viewer's Choice event. Full playthrough starting, probably late spring, early summer. That'll go over the course of the summer. It'll be great. I hope you guys will consider it. I really enjoy these Viewer's Choice playthroughs. So let's make it happen. All right? Please consider subscribing. So finally, some incentive to subscribe. If you sub to the channel, you guys already know you get many benefits, like access to all of the awesome emotes. Recently, we just added the 2-parter dabbing emote, as well as many others that have been added over the past several months. You don't have to watch advertisements when I run them if you're a paid sub. And you get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been an ongoing sub. So many benefits to becoming a subscriber. Please consider doing it. And of course, making that Viewer's Choice event happen as well. Fair enough. Now, right now, guys, the best way that you can support me because of this tax situation is tipping me. If you tip me right now, that's going to help the best because tips can go straight towards the taxes coming up. So please consider tipping me. If at all you care and you can, it's the best way to help out. There's 2 ways you could tip me. Below the stream, there's a button that says Tips Jar you can click on. That'll take you to my PayPal tips page. If you don't see that button, you can type !tip into the stream chat. That will bring up a link that you can click on. And that'll also take you to the PayPal tips page. Some information about tipping me. Number 1, you do not have to have a PayPal account to tip me. That's a misconception. You can actually use a debit or credit card and send a tip via the stream, all right? Another thing is you don't have to do it via the stream. The link there, it's just streamlabs.com/darksidephil, works at any time. You'll get a shout out during a live stream if you do tip me, but you don't have to do it during a live stream. And then last but not least, you can do it anonymously. If you're afraid of contributing and having a backlash of people trying to come after you for contributing to me, which happens sometimes, I'll be very honest, just do it anonymously. Just don't put your name in. You can just say anonymous. And then no one will know who it is. I won't even know who it is. So it's great. All right. Please consider contributing. Thank you very much, anyone who has. All right, guys. Now it is time. To begin with shout outs for those who have already contributed. So let us do so. All right. So we start off with overnight. We had someone named Purple Penny who who tipped me $2 asking me if I've used a guide in Sekiro, and the answer is no. I've answered this multiple times. No, and not at all. The only help that I've gotten in Sekiro is directly from the stream chat during the streams, period. If anything, what happens is I get very worked up versus certain boss fights. Like the first Guardian Ape boss fight, I died a bajillion times to it because I was very agitated at the fight. And I'll be very honest, my office has been so hot lately because it's actually warmed up significantly here in Washington State. We've had a lot of sunny, hot days. And this office heats up to about 85 to 90 degrees during the afternoon. And it's way too early for me to put the air conditioner into my window, but I get the feeling when I get back from Connecticut, I'm going to have to. Because at this point, it's getting, like, unbearably hot in here. So, for example, the other day, I died to the Guardian Ape about 20 times. Then I took a 20-minute break. I went in to talk to Kat about the boss and everything, kind of relaxed a little bit. Came back, played incredibly reserved, meaning I just ran away from the boss pretty much nonstop. And I beat it on the first shot after the break. Immediately, idiots. Oh, he's using a guide. He cheated. He looked at the video. No, I didn't. But you can say whatever you want. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the playthrough for you to be an idiot and spam the stream chat saying that I used a guide. I didn't use a guide at all. I haven't looked up a single thing in regards to this game at all. I've just relied on information you guys provide me live in the stream chat. I'll give you an example of this. I saw people talking about this corrupted monk boss like days ahead of when I actually ran into him. And people were saying, gee, as long as he doesn't use the divine confetti to destroy the boss, it should be a fun boss. So when I got to the boss, I fought it a few times, and I was like, man, I'm not really doing any damage. I wonder if the divine confetti will do anything. I used it, and basically what happened is you do slightly more damage, and it seems like when it blocks, it also takes damage. Now, I didn't know at the time, but the way to actually beat the corrupted monk is to get it down by about a third of its life bar, and then its poise, or not poise, what's the word in this game? Posture. Its posture bar then starts to stagger and fill up. So really, you're not trying to damage the boss. You're trying to damage it enough so then its posture bar fills up. Then you can start parrying effectively, and you can get that death blow to kill it. All right? Now, I didn't know any of this. The second I said, oh, let's try divine confetti, just based off of what someone had said like 2 days ago in stream chat, Phil's using a guide. He's using a guide. No, I'm not. Again, it's all based off of stuff that you guys are telling me live in the streams. So, you know, you can say whatever the hell you want. It doesn't change facts. All right. All right. Moving on. So let's see here. Infinite 55 resubscribed for 17 months overnight. Thank you very much, Infinite, for that long-standing support. I appreciate it, sir. And by the way, good to see you back yesterday, because I know we haven't seen you for a while. Then someone named Mugman tipped me $1. It says, Phil, you might have heard Cuphead is going to be ported to the Switch on April 18th. And along with that, a major DLC is releasing with new bosses, weapons, and charms. And Miss Chalice as a playable character. Are you going to check it out? Well, I'm trying to remember. I played Cuphead on the Xbox One, because I believe it was exclusively an Xbox One game at the time of its initial release, right? And what you're saying is that DLC content is going to be releasing on April 18th. So the first thing I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go put Cuphead DLC onto my calendar. Hold on, everyone. I'm going to do this right now. Okay. Okay, so I put it on my calendar. So at least now I'm aware that it exists, okay? What's going to happen is when I come back from Connecticut, like I said, I'm going to be starting up a lot of stuff. Definitely Phoenix Wright 3 and, you know, Sekiro if I haven't finished it yet. What we'll do is maybe later that week see if people are interested. If they are, I would consider buying it. If it has significant new content, I would consider buying the DLC. Cuphead was a very challenging game. At the same time, it was a very fun game, and I really enjoyed playing it. So I absolutely would continue, that game. I mean, it's a long, year and a half a year and a half after the game came out, but I would consider playing it if you guys want to see it. All right. So, Doppelganger says Cuphead has no DLC release date unless it's just on the Switch right now. Well, I'm not rebuying the game on the Switch. Just being honest here, I'm not. If it's DLC for Xbox One, then I would consider it. If it's you have to buy the whole game on the Switch, I'm not doing it. That's a waste of my time. I don't need to replay the whole game. So I guess we'll see. Okay. Golden Colts did a 100-bit cheer and then another 77-bit cheer. So thank you, Golden Colts, for the overnight cheers. I appreciate that. So now moving on to people who contributed during today's stream. Okay. We actually start off with, hold on, Ratchafan, who tipped me $10 and said, I've got a couple of amazing concerts coming my way. Breaking Benjamin is coming up on the 8th. Then Disturbed will be here on July 28th. So damn, I'm excited. I wanted to see both of these bands for a long time, and now my dream will come true. That's cool, Ratchet. In fact, I like both those bands. I've owned albums from both of those bands in the past. Yeah, back when I actually used to listen to music and buy music, if you can believe it. Ratchet Fan 12. There we go. So that's cool. Those are both bands that I've listened to and liked, and being in concert, pretty sweet. Good, I hope those turn out well for you. Hope you enjoyed them. Okay, very nice. Thank you for the $10 tip. You're the first tipper of the day. Get you up on the leaderboard there. Hank, what's up, Hank? You tipped me $5. He says, any chance on a return to Subnautica, or is it permanently on hold? Let me put it this way: it's not going to be on hold forever. I am going to eventually get back to it. But what I found is that other games, like for example, I just started playing MLB. That stream ended up being so much more entertaining because I could interact with people while I was playing the game. Like Subnautica, I can't really. It's more like people just trying to tell me where to find stuff, and then me very chaotically and stressfully trying to find the items without getting attacked. And I'm not giving up on the game. I swear to you, I'm going to get back to it, and I would like to eventually beat it. Especially considering the amount of time that I already put into it. It would be kind of stupid for me to never go back and try to beat the game. So yes, Subnautica, I am going to go back to it. I am going to try to beat it. When? I can't promise you. Will it be in April? Yeah, probably. I'll probably get back to it sometime in April as a chill stream. Okay? Ratchetfan also tipped me another $5. Says, have an awesome set of streams today. Thank you very much, Ratchetfan. So that actually gets us up another $10. So we're up to $20 in tips so far today. Thank you, everybody. All right. Sluggo Jones is subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, Sluggo Jones, for the subscription. Appreciate the support. Guy tipped me $1 and says, did you finish Sekiro? No, I did not. And, I'm playing it at my own pace. I'm enjoying the pace I'm playing it at. I do feel that if I played it more than I'm playing it, that I would basically want to rip the hair out of my head and not want to play it anymore. So that's why I'm playing it at this pace. And, I'm slowly but surely advancing, beating the bosses, and moving forward. Okay? Thank you for the tip, Guy. Omnipotent Mr. Dr. Profusi did a 50-bit cheer. He's a maximum truth, minimum bullshit. Okay, there you go. And Mista Messi, nice name, subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you, Mista Messi, for the sub. What I would like to do here is check on sub count, because we just got a few new subs, and I'm curious if the subs have gone up or down. Let's see. Subs are at 543, excuse me. So 543 out of 600. Oops, I've hit the wrong button. 543 out of 600. We're trying to hit 600 subs this month to make the Viewer's Choice event happen. So thanks to everyone so far who has subscribed today. What I would also like to do before we begin, I would like to give a shout out to those who have cheered so far this week, which have been yesterday and this morning. So let's go through the cheer leaderboard and give credit to those who have contributed via cheering. All right. So far, we have a tie for 9th place between Swaggins and Timbo Slice. Thank you, guys. In 8th place, we've got Vote Democrat. In 7th place, Bulletproof. 6th place goes to Mozales. 5th place is Golden Colts. 4th place is Uzi Go Hard. 3rd place goes to Appa Peacock. 2nd place is currently Yoshino Lover, excuse me. And in 1st place, Straight Cash Homie. Very good. Okay, everybody. So there you go. Thank you very much for your support this morning. And I think it's now time to begin with Sekiro and see how we do today. Like I said, the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to backtrack a little bit and go to all the areas of the game with water that I can swim in and see if I can find items that are hidden around there, because I believe that there are quite amount of items hidden underwater in this game. And that's going to be my first priority. All right, then we're going to head back into the story. You know, I believe at this point, we got to go back to Kuro and give him the, what was it, the shiny stone thingy that we found in the monk's cave, and see what he has to say about that, and go from there. In fact, I also want to see what I can do with my ninjutsu weapons, prosthetic tools, whatever you want to call them, because I found some rare crafting items and stuff during yesterday's session. So, all right. Shout out to Guy who tipped me another $1, and he says, "What part of Sekiro are you in?" I just defeated the corrupted monk, and I've done everything else up to that point that I'm aware of, and I just obtained the ability to swim underwater. And that's what I'm focusing on right now. I'm going to try to swim underwater and find all the items that I can underwater. And before we progress on with the game, I want to make sure I'm getting everything. So, thank you, Guy, for another $1 tip. Sluggo Jones did 1,000-bit cheer. What is going on with this Tawny Hacks who's spamming the channel? Tawny Hacks, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but you can now get banned. You're spamming the channel with nonsense. Okay. Sluggo Jones did 1,000-bit cheer. It says, "Can't wait to wake up Friday morning, grab an ice-cold kickstart, chug that bad boy down, and kick back to enjoy the big birthday bash. 10 out of 10 content on its way." All right, thank you, Sluggo Jones. You're the top cheer of the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. With a 1,000-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Sluggo. And then Yoshino Lover did a 500-bit cheer and said, "Good luck in Sekiro, man." Thank you very much, Yoshino Lover. I appreciate that very much. You almost made top cheer. You were literally trumped like less than a minute beforehand by Sluggo Jones with his 1,000-bit cheer. So, all right. All right, everybody. So again, thank you very much for your support. I think it's now time to begin with Sekiro. Caver said, "How was the tuna casserole? Did it have pasta in it?" Yes, that's a key ingredient in most casseroles is pasta. I had elbow macaroni, and it was good. It's actually way less creamy and calorie-filled than a lot of other casseroles. It's pretty much just tuna, a little bit of cream of chicken soup, elbow macaroni, I forget what else is it. Oh, peas, some peas, and some melted cheddar cheese. But it's very light on, like, it's not tons of cheese. It's not tons of creaminess at all. It's more like a pasta dish than anything else. So it's got a lot of carbs, but it doesn't have a lot of fat. So, it's good, though. It's delicious. I love it. Knox has tipped me $1 and says, "Would you consider playing World of Final Fantasy for summer downtime? It's a love letter to the series and really a solid RPG in its own right. I feel you missed out by skipping it a couple years ago." Knox, honestly, I don't know. Like, it seems like a lot of people these days have wanted me to play RPGs. Like, no lie, in the past couple of weeks since I started playing Super Mario RPG and since I had finished up playing Final Fantasy IV a couple months ago, people were like, "Phil, when are you going to play Final Fantasy VII? Phil, when are you going to play Final Fantasy IX? Phil, you're going to do the Final Fantasy XII remaster? Hey, Phil, you're going to play this RPG? You're going to play that RPG? What was it recently? Phantasy Star." People were asking me for Phantasy Star. And I was like, damn, like, it seems like now I'm getting a lot of demand for RPGs, which is kind of interesting because I really like RPGs. But pretty much every time I play one, you know, viewership goes down. It ends up being a more, like, laid back, very, you know, like half my normal audience shows up. But that's okay as long as people are still supportive during those streams. Perfect example here, Dragon Quest XI. We rarely cracked 250 viewers during those streams, but people came out and were very supportive during those streams. It didn't matter. I didn't care. I was able to do a long-form playthrough of the game and do all the post-game content. It was incredibly fun and one of my favorite games of 2018. Okay? So, I'm open to trying out these RPGs everyone's suggesting as long as we can actually have supportive streams and it's not like, oh, no one shows up and no support and now I'm supposed to somehow make ends meet when no one's doing anything for these RPGs, okay? In particular, to address your request for World of Final Fantasy, honestly, I don't know that much about it. I didn't even hear any demand for it when it came out. I didn't even really know it existed. Honestly, I think I'd be more what's the word? More amenable to playing an older school RPG that people have always asked me for. Like, I'm thinking if I'm going to do a throwback RPG this summer, more than likely it's either going to be Final Fantasy 7 or 9. Because Final Fantasy 7 is one people have asked for forever, and I never did it. I actually like the combat of Final Fantasy 7 a lot. I just don't like the plot. I think the plot of the game is shit. But I really do enjoy the gameplay of it. But Final Fantasy 9, I've never played. Never. So I don't really know anything about it. And so, I guarantee you're going to have a dichotomy. You're going to have half people, we got to see Final Fantasy 7. It's such a classic. We grew up with it. We want to see Phil play it. On the other flip side, people will be like, man, he's got to play Final Fantasy 9. That's a classic, and he never played it. It'll be honest reactions for the first time of him ever playing the game, right? So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, okay? I guess we'll see. Let's see what happens. But thank you for the suggestion, Knox, and thank you for the tip. Vote Democrat Cheer. He says, I'm about to get food. Should I get Chick-fil-A or Wendy's? Oh, wait. He says Chick-fil-A sandwich or Wendy's chili. See, here's the thing. I've never had Chick-fil-A, but Wendy's chili, in my opinion, is disgusting. So I would go for Chick-fil-A. A lot of people love Chick-fil-A, so I would think that's better. Number one DSP fan tipped me $1 and says, did you ever share your Italian meatball sauce recipe with us? Would you consider doing it? Is it a secret family recipe? I did years and years ago when I very first moved here to Washington and I was making it. I think it was either the first or second time I made a batch of it. I did a video of it on my vlogging channel. That was a long time ago, though. And since then, I've had many refinements because now I've literally done it. I mean, I usually make a batch of it every other month. So I've probably done it now over the almost 5 years I've lived here. Dozens of times, right? So now I probably could do it a lot more streamlined and show you a better way to do stuff. Maybe eventually that is something that I will do, but for now it's not really a concern. Okay. But thank you for the tip, number one DSP fan. I'm still updating the total tips total, as you can see, for every tip that comes in, so thank you guys. Up to $24 in tips so far. Straight Cash Homie has cheered. He says, we want more horror streams. Onimusha, Fear Effect, Parasite Eve, Call of Cthulhu. Actually, you know what? Is anyone aware that game that came out last year around Halloween, Call of Cthulhu? Is it any good? Because I played the original Call of Cthulhu a couple years ago for a Halloween marathon. It was okay. It had some creepy elements to it, but no one really ever wanted to see me go back to it. What about that new Call of Cthulhu that came out? Was it any good? I don't know. Yoshino Lover cheered. He says, would you go back and play Neo again? Only thing I can think of for you to play. Probably not. Like, when I played Neo, I did well. That was a fun playthrough, and I ended up doing so well. I was parrying bosses and beating. There's one boss that never even hit me. You know, for me, it's like, do you want to do a redemption run? Not really. There's nothing to redeem. That was a fun playthrough that I feel was a good one, and I honestly don't feel like going back to it. So probably not. Omnipotent Mr. Dr. Profusi cheered. He says, have you considered making a series about Final Fantasy VII, how it is overrated, and have a character that likes Justin Bieber take away your powers? Nah, I've never had any idea like that. You know, I'm not a very original guy. I'm not a very creative guy, as you guys know. I pretty much just sit here and I repeat memes that you've heard a million times, and I do things for brainless sheep. And that's pretty much all I do. Oh, and I also only make things that follow YouTube trends. Like, I do drama news shows following over-dramatic gossip stories and stuff. That's all I really do. I don't actually attempt to make creative series or anything like that. So, I don't think anything like that would ever happen, you know. Okay, then. Alrighty, then. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, I guess that is it for now.